What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and today I'm going to be predicting the outcome of Artur Beterbiev versus Marcus Browne, and this is going to be a 12-rounder for the unified WBC and IBF Light Heavyweight World Championship, and this fight is going to be Friday, December 17th from the Bell Center in Montreal, Canada, and this fight is going to be broadcasted on ESPN, ESPN Plus, or on the ESPN app. And to get both fighters' resumes, Artur Beterbiev, fighting out of Russia, holds a record of 16 wins, no defeats, with all 16 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently ranked number 2 by BoxRec in the light heavyweight division. He's also the current unified WBC and IBF light heavyweight world champion. And now to list some of his best victories, he has a knockout win over Radivoj Kalajic, a knockout win over Callum Johnson, a knockout win over Alexander Vozdik, and he's coming off a 10th round stoppage win over Adam Dinas. And to get his opponent's resume, Marcus Browne, fighting out of the United States, holds a record of 24 wins, 1 defeat, with 16 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently ranked number 8 by BoxRec in the light heavyweight division. He's also the former interim WBA light heavyweight world champion back when that was a world title. And not to list his one and only defeat, he has a technical decision loss to Jean Pascal, where he did get knocked down twice, and that's really what led to his defeat. And not to list his best victories, he has a split decision win over Radivoj Kalajic, a knockout win over Thomas Williams Jr., a knockout win over Sean Moynihan, a unanimous decision victory over Lenin Castillo, and he also has a unanimous decision win over Badu Jack, which is probably the best win of his career thus far. And in my opinion, this fight is going to go in favor of the unified world champion, Artur Beterbiev. Beterbiev, we all know he has explosive power. He's got one-punch power. He's got power to really dominate throughout a fight. He's just he's just really an overall power-dominant fighter. And that's what really wins him his fights. His pressure fighting style with his power. He likes to come forward with the jab. He also has a very good right hand, as I mentioned before, talking about how he's one of the hardest hitters in boxing right now. Definitely up there in the top 3, top 5 maybe. And Marcus Browne, I think that his chin isn't that great, if I'm going to be honest. If we're all going to be honest, Marcus Browne, his chin is not great. And Artur Beterbiev is a pure power puncher, so I really think that's not going to mix well in the ring for Browne. And I think that Beterbiev will have a lot of success in the end of this fight with the outcome. But I do think that he'll have to dig deep in this fight and eke out a win. Or not eke out a win. He'll probably just get a stoppage, in my opinion. But it'll be tough, in my opinion. I think the rounds will be fairly competitive because Marcus Browne is a very, very good fighter. He likes to box a bit off the outside. He could come forward as well. He's got decent power of his own. He's got 16 knockouts and 24 wins. As I listed in his resume, he's knocked out some decent fighters as well. And, he's overall just not a bad fighter. He's top 10 in the light heavyweight division. He's beaten guys like Badu Jack, as I mentioned before. He's a very good fighter. And this is definitely one of Artur Beterbiev's better wins. Beterbiev, he does have that win over Vozdik, but this would definitely be up there with probably a second best win and definitely adding to his resume. Assuming he does get the victory here. I believe Marcus Browne is a pretty heavy underdog. But, the thing is, Beterbiev did have some trouble making weight. I wonder if that will have a huge effect on him having to be drained on fight night. But I hope it does, and I hope both fighters come in 100% healthy, and it'll be a good fight. But as I mentioned before, how I see this fight going down, I think Beterbiev will be the one coming forward with his power jab, with his right hand. He will just be the one trying to walk down and cut off the ring for Browne. Browne will fight smart, if I'm going to be honest. I don't think he's going to try and trade with the pure power puncher, being that he does know that he has been knocked down a couple times, or a decent amount of times in his career, and being knocked down and getting caught with shots that he really shouldn't have been caught with led to his first loss. It was against Jean Pascal. He was just too cocky. He was coming forward against the guy like Pascal, who likes to have big overhand rights and wide punches of his own, and he got caught twice by the same punch in that fight, which led to him being dropped 3 times, actually, with that sort of overhand looping hook that he has. I don't even know what punch you'd call it. It was just a looping power shot that Browne just kept getting caught with. But the thing with Artur Beterbiev, he doesn't really have great head movement, or not really much head movement at all, and his footwork isn't that great as well. He sort of just comes forward a bit, and unlike most Russian fighters, you usually see guys like, for example, like Matt Korobov, very good southpaw, moves around, has that sort of what they would call Soviet style, where he jabs, moves, has great head movement, footwork, and whatnot. But Beterbiev is complete opposite. He likes to come forward, has a lot of power, and really just likes to force that pressure on his opponents. And I think that's what he's going to do tonight, like he's done to all 16 of his opponents. I think he's going to stop Marcus Browne, but he's going to go through some adversity, considering that Marcus Browne has a very good style, and I think that he'll have a very good plan going into this fight, that he'll be jabbing on the outside, landing some nice right hands, coming in, cutting on the inside, trying to land some counters. And I do think this fight will end probably mid to late in favor of Beterbiev, obviously, but I think the scorecards could be close. Like after 6 rounds, it could be like 58-56, 7-8, or after like 8, maybe 76-76, 77-75 for Beterbiev. I think it could be that type of fight, really, really competitive, up until Beterbiev starts to land some more of his power shots as the fight goes on and Browne starts to tire out. But yeah, I think that Beterbiev will do better as the fight goes on, because from what I've seen, Marcus Browne, his stamina is decent, but we saw in that Pascal fight, as the rounds were going on, he was getting slower, and he obviously was getting caught more, and that's why he lost the last couple rounds, which led to obviously that headbutt, and then him losing the fight, because he basically just blew it by just being careless. But in this fight, I think he'll be sharp, and we'll probably see the best Marcus Browne we've ever been seeing, considering he's fighting for the unified world titles. But I don't think that's going to be enough. As I was mentioning earlier, I think that Artur Beterbiev will try and walk down Marcus Browne and ultimately get a stoppage win, whether that be a standing stoppage or if he dropped Marcus Browne multiple times, whatever. I think it's going to be a knockout victory, and I think the stoppage will happen from round 6 to round 10. So overall, I believe that Artur Beterbiev will defeat Marcus Browne by knockout to successfully defend his unified WBC and IBF light heavyweight world titles. And once again, I think the stoppage is going to happen from round 6 to round 10. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.